John Wallace, Wild Game Cook here, back with a product review. I don't do very many of these, but want to share some great products with you and hope you can enjoy them in the field as well. So what we have here is Irish Setter's new VaprTrek boot. They sent this to me to test it out. I've been a big fan of Irish Setter for more than 10 years. My first pair was back in 2015, the wing shooters. I still actively use these for doing my prescribed fire business. They were waterproof for well more than 8 years. They've since lost that capacity because I'm pretty rough on them on the fires. I loved them so much, they kind of wore out their sole a little bit over the years, and I took an angle grinder to the bottom of the sole to kind of give me a little bit more life out of these boots. I replaced them a couple years ago with the same exact pair, uninsulated, 9-inch boot. They give me a lot of ankle support. I've got drop foot in my left foot, and so having the tall ankle support really helps in that fashion. I love these boots. They're great for casual wear. They're lightweight in the field. So when Irish Setter reached out to me and wanted me to try these new VaprTrek boots, I said, I'm all in. So they were very kind enough to send me not only a pair for myself, but also a pair for my kids. Anybody that follows my channel knows that one, I'm all about getting my kids out in the outdoors, but if anyone is also a family man with young kids, you know they grow out of clothes, boots incredibly fast. So they were very generous enough to send me those. They make women's sizes, so my daughter got a nice pair of women's size boots in this model. My son's also got some mossy oak camouflage versions of these boots. We all decided to opt for the 400 grams of insulation. They do make them uninsulated, and I do believe they make them in 800 grams as well. The features on this boot are numerous. I'm hoping to cover them all today. I'm sure I'll leave a couple out, so make sure you check them out at irishsetterboots.com. I put a post up on my Instagram page. Easily for me, the best feature outside of being waterproof and insulated, again, those are almost a given with any boot I buy. I'm not buying a non-waterproof boot, but they've got their UltraDry waterproofing on this boot. So far, I've not had any issues. I've used them for a little over a month. But the best feature that I can explain, and I didn't know what it was until I basically needed to review the boot and make sure that I got all my wording correctly on all these features. And I saw their EnerG feature. And it really explains how I was communicating to the kids. Like, are you feeling what I'm feeling? I feel like my feet are lifting themselves up off the ground. I know it sounds very cliche, very corny to say that. I'm not selling the boot, okay? Anyone who knows me, I do very little product reviews. I'm not getting compensated in cash in any way. Just simply, we're sent some boots and trying to give a good, honest review here. But seriously, when you walk in these boots, yes, they're lightweight, but they literally spring back and kind of lift your feet up as you're walking. You feel like you could walk forever in these. I've been wearing them to football games. We've taken them squirrel hunting. I've taken them to the duck blind. We don't have a lot of water by our duck blind, so I've taken them there. They're super comfortable, like all the Irish Setter boots I've owned before. I'll see if I can't put like a little fancy picture inlay here, but one of my other product reviews I did, unsolicited from Irish Setter at all, is just the best boots I've ever owned, which was these wing shooters when I first got them. So going back to the EnerG, it's awesome. I mean, I get exhausted walking. I've got, again, a little bit of not a great situation with my left leg, but I deal with it, and these boots are lightweight and going to make it easier to walk those long days in those upland fields or while deer hunting. They've got this nice little collar here, which allows you to get your foot in and out of the boot very easily. They're easy to lace up, which I'll demonstrate here in a little bit. They've got some really nice traction here on the front. If you're climbing up hills, these are intended to kind of grab into those hills. I have not been on a lot of topography yet while using these, but I anticipate that it'll be beneficial. It's got some great tread on the bottom. They do have ScentBan technology, which helps kill bacteria, helps with scent control. I'm not a huge scent control freak as it relates to deer hunting, but I try to do the basics. I've got my scent away sprays, things of that nature. Try to keep my clothes in a scent-free bag, but I don't go terribly crazy. Take a decent, scent-free shower before a hunt. But these are size 10.5. That's the same gym shoe I wear. Again, they fit like a gym shoe. If I, had enough money to buy multiple pairs of boots, it'd be nice to have that uninsulated pair for early season, for upland hunting. These are both uninsulated. When I'm upland hunting, doesn't matter how cold it is, if you're familiar. I mean, uninsulated will get you by on most of those hunts unless it's just frigid cold. And at 400 grams, these probably aren't great for those Ohio winters. We hunt in Missouri as well, so if it gets below 20 or something, you know, you may not be able to stay in the woods too terribly long because this is only 400 grams, but they do make more insulated up to that 800 gram, maybe more in the future, as far as those layers of insulation. But again, they slip on nice and easy, nice little thumb loop there in the back. One thing that I'm always looking for is how easy are they to lace up. A lot of times in the mornings, you're lacing them up in the dark. I've gotten to be with these where I can just lace them up incredibly fast. It's like just a habit of knowing how they kind of blend in. But again, they fit really nice, lace up really easily. They don't get stuck or snagged on anything. Again, maybe not the most fashionable compared to just your standard leather boot, but man, these are going to be great for mid-season, early season. Like I said, they've been great for us. We've used them dove hunting. We've used them squirrel hunting. Just super great. Again, like I said, they kind of spring back and come back as you're walking, which makes it nice. So yeah, trying to think what else. They've got all kinds of other technology in regards to just a premium leather. Their Armatech technology, which just kind of keeps them from just wearing down too much. Definitely check them out. VaprTreks from Iris Setter Boots. Looking forward to using these hopefully for years to come.